Nice to meet you both.
Meet
You
you.
too.
So, why did you guys think it was time for an adaptation of Dangerous Liaison within a series?
Well, Colin Callender, who's such an amazing figure in this industry, sorry, but you are, he reached out to me to say he was thinking of Dangerous Liaisons. And I thought, well, if Colin's excited, I really want to look again at this novel, because my instinct was, we've seen all these brilliant adaptations. We've seen the wonderful kind of true to the book, true to the times in terms of Christopher Hampton's. We've seen the fabulous Cruel Intentions. Like, we've seen contemporary, we've seen, you know, traditional. What more was there to do with it? And I think for television, which, you know, gives you the time to explore character, and that's a real luxury, but also the scrutiny of incredibly smart viewers with so much choice, like, it's got to be something that means something. So looking again at the novel, I find this letter 81 from the Marquise de Merteuil, which is a real mission statement. It on its own, it's an extraordinary piece, but it really talks about this woman creating herself, finding a way to live in this world of the nobility in Paris at that time. But it doesn't feel like she shares its values. And my interpretation of that was a woman who has found her way into it. In the novel, we never even know her name. There's this huge blank space. And I said to Colin, maybe what we do is explore who she was and how she got to this place, because the characters in the novel are, you know, deliciously immoral. You know, there's a corruption there. But I think what felt immediate is I could tell this story of innocence to experience to corruption. And we get to that place, like, if we you know, are lucky enough to continue telling this story. But that felt really, really exciting. It felt like we have an extraordinary female character to take us on this journey, and Colin was as excited as I was, and that was our way into it.
Yes. What was your favorite scene to see come to life?
Wow, for me, it was I don't know if you've seen
I haven't heard you answer this.
Right. Well, I shouldn't probably say, because it's a spoiler. There's a scene in episode 8.
Oh, you can't say.
I can't. It's Titanic, and it's extraordinary. And I was there to see it shot. It was the most extraordinary day.
How many episodes have you managed to see?
I'm done with 4. So I'm
Okay.
on to 4. And then we have 5 and 6.
Okay, all right.
Please stay with it.
Stay with it. And 7 and 8 are pretty damn. Eight's a great episode.
Yes. What I love about the show is that usually in historical fiction, Black people and people of color are erased, but they're a part of this show, but not tokenized either. Why was it important for that to be represented?
I think we were so rigorous across the board with the show in terms of everything feeling authentic, from, you know, what characters wear to what they eat to what they're talking about, their cultural references, everything. We have amazing heads of department. Production designer is extraordinary, but we also we kind of shared that. We felt, again, it's so, you know, it's a tradition. It has been that there is an erasing of any sort of diversity, and with incredible, you know, our historical advisors, we looked, and we were so thrilled to find that Paris was an extraordinarily diverse place. If you're looking, you know, and not just that we wanted to have a show that was reflective of the world that we're telling the story of in the times, but our cast. I mean, there is not one person in that cast who could be played by anybody else. I mean, we're so lucky with our incredible cast, and, you know, who have taken those characters and just blown them out of the water. But yeah, it's the show we all wanted to make, and we were really excited to find that was the show that was authentic for us to make.
Yeah. And what would you guys miss if you had to live during that time period, and what would you actually prefer if you had to live during that time?
It's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love not to have any email. I would love to be able to just be away in another part of the country and not deliver any scripts because I couldn't be reached by coachmen. That would be good.
Actually, I no cell phones.
Yeah.
That would be bliss.
Yeah. I think what I'd miss though, there's nothing like curling up on the sofa with a cup of tea, a biscuit, and a great streaming show. I mean, just to watch telly. But then I love
don't
TV.
know. You wouldn't be having cups of tea then,
No,
though.
it's so true. I'd miss that from now. I think if I had to go back.
Got it.
But I'd love no internet and cell phones.
Yes. And I'm sure all your characters are your baby, but what is kind of your favorite character to throw curveballs at?
Well, Camille does that all the time.
Yeah, she does. I mean, it is impossible because we are great parents and they are our children and we adore them all. I do think, they're off scale. I think there's a particular deliciousness of Ondine. I think she will be a character who we see many kind of like those lines. I can really see them being delights for an audience, and she's an extraordinary character and an incredible actor. So, but all of them, I mean, we just adore them.
She is quite memeable. I do love her. I also love Ariadne because that's kind of the source of my actual name.
Yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
she kind of comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, who are you, and what should I believe?
Well, absolutely, and just stay with it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me.
Pleasure.
Congrats on this show. Fingers
Thank
crossed
you.
for season 2, and hope to talk about future projects.
Thank you. Thank
Nice
you.
to-
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.